K0LAO, Net Control Operator for the Amateur Radio Services R3D2 Net. My name is Luann, and I am located in Loveland, Colorado. This net meets every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. local time for the purposes of planning, practicing, and discussing the activities of the R3D2 ARES group. Our district serves agencies in Larimer and Weld County. Emergency traffic will be handled with top priority during this net. I will now break for any emergency traffic. Emergency traffic only, please call now. Nothing heard. Is there any formal NTS traffic? Nothing heard. This is a directed net. Please do not transmit unless called on by the net control. During the net, all communications will be handled through net control. This net is open to anyone who is licensed to operate on this repeater and is interested in amateur radio public service communications. This net is affiliated with the Amateur Radio Emergency Services of the American Radio Relay League. However, ARRL or ARES membership is not required to check in. Please check out if you should leave the net prior to the closing of the net. And please stay to the end of the net if you are listening to check out. Checkout is required. This is K0LAO, net control for the R3D2 ARES net. Will accept check-ins in the order of ARES affiliations. All stations will have an opportunity to check in. However, please wait for your appropriate check-in group. I will begin with the R3D2 served agencies directors, then ARES members, followed by stations on Echolink. General check-ins will be taken at the end of the check-in process. When checking in, please give the following: your call sign, first alphabetically, and then again with international phonetics, your name, your location, and whether or not you have an announcement or comment. Check-ins from the served agency directors. Served agency directors only. Please check in now.
KD0UJK, Kilo Delta 0, Uniform Juliet Kilo, Steve, District AEC, Weld County EOC Director. No traffic.
Good evening, Luann. This is Whiskey 0, Delta Delta Zulu, W0DDZ. Dave, in Greeley, Admin AEC, no traffic.
Good evening, Luann. This is KD0TYU, Kilo Delta 0, Tango Yankee Uniform, Emergency Coordinator, Weld and Larimer County.
Good evening. This is KC0ZIE, Kilo Charlie 0, Zulu India Echo. Darren, Director for Hospitals. And I have training for the net this evening.
Good. Take a break to recognize KD0UJK, W0DDZ, KD0TYU, and KC0ZIE. One more call for served agency directors.
This is KE0LCK, Kilo Echo 0, Lima Charlie Kilo, the other Mike from Windsor, AEC Operations, Director Skywarn, Director Windsor. Announcement.
I would like to recognize LCK. I will now move on to check-ins from ARES members. ARES members only, call with call suffixes alpha through Mike. Please check in now.
This is Whiskey Niner India November Echo, Larry, Estes Park.
KA6 ETE Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo, Jim in Loveland.
Lima Sierra Lima, Alan Greeley.
Sorry, Al, I doubled with you. Can I get your prefix?
Kilo Echo Zero.
Recognize KA6ETE and KE0LCL. Are there any more check-ins from Alpha through Mike?
Kilo Echo Zero, Sierra Oscar Romeo, Mike, Larimer County.
This is Kilo Delta Zero Uniform Sierra Bravo, Mike, Bellevue.
Kilo Dusty in Longmont.
Steve? What your name? Can you come back with your call sign? Okay, I'll come back to you in a minute. Sorry, Larry, I missed you on the last round. W9INE. I have KE0SOR, KD0USB. One more time, Dusty, can you come back to me with your call sign? Now take check-ins from all ARES members, Alpha through Zulu.
Good evening. This is Whiskey Alpha 5, Victor Romeo Lima, Willis in Fort Collins, Larimer County. One announcement. Announcements.
AI 7 p.m. Phil Larimer. I've got a question when it's appropriate. Alpha India 7, Papa Mike.
Zero RMP, Whiskey Zero, Romeo, Mike, Papa, Bob, Estes Park. No traffic.
Me with your call sign, I was just flipping over the page.
This is W0 RMP, Whiskey Zero, Romeo, Mike, Papa, Bob, Estes Park.
Bob. To recognize AI7PM, WA5VRL, and W0RMP. One more call for ARES members, Zulu, Alpha through Zulu. I will move on to take check-ins from stations on Echolink. Echolink stations only. Please check in now.
Kilo Charlie 0, Quebec, Oscar Kilo, Marty, in and out. I'll listen as long as I can.
Kilo Charlie 0, Quebec, Oscar Kilo. Marty, would you like to just check in and check out?
Yeah, in and out. I'll listen as long as we have internet up here.
I have you checked out as well. Any more stations from Echolink? None, I will move on to general check-ins. General check-ins with call suffixes Alpha through Mike.
This is KF4DUS, Kilo Foxtrot 4, Delta Uniform Sierra, Horsetooth Mike, no traffic.
I'd like to recognize KF4DUS. Are there any more general check-ins Alpha through Mike?
Zero TNP, Kilo 0 Tango November Papa. This is TJ in Windsor.
November 0 Bravo Foxtrot checking in from Loveland, Colorado. Name is Steve.
That was a little fast. Can you come back with your call sign?
Okay, that may have been me, I guess. I'm sorry about that. November 0 Bravo Foxtrot, Steve in Loveland, Colorado. Over.
Steve, I would like to acknowledge K0TNP and N0BF. Are there any more general check-ins Alpha through Zulu? This is Kilo 0 Lima Alpha Oscar, net control for the R3D2 ARES net. I will now go on to announcements or comments. I will now turn the floor over to KE0LCK.
This is KE0LCK. Thank you for taking the net this evening, Luann. I appreciate it. Just one announcement. This weekend there's some special high-intensity training going on, and approximately a third of the Skywarn net controllers are going to be out at that training. So if you could and are able to, and something comes up, it would be appreciated to jump in perhaps as a backup. That's all I have. Back to that.
Sure we can do that. I'll just pray for no thunderstorms. I will move on to WA5VRL. What do you have for us this evening?
Good evening. Thanks for taking the net. WA5VRL, the announcement is the upcoming VE test session. It'll be on May 11th, Saturday, May 11th, and it'll be at the Poudre Valley REA in Windsor, and that's about a quarter-mile east of Interstate 25, County Road 32, which is also Highway 392. Just go east a quarter mile from the interstate, you'll run into an intersection for South County Road 5. And if you turn south there and then take an immediate left turn into the Poudre Valley REA parking lot, you'll be there. The session is for all levels of test, and walk-ins are welcome. The testing usually starts right around 9 a.m. And that's all I have for the net. WA5 VRL, back to net control.
Willis, AI 7 p.m. What is your question this evening?
And I'll aim this probably at Steve, Joe as well. A few of us were chatting at the last meeting and at a get-together away from there, wondering what the possibilities were of opening up the R3D2 Facebook page to open dialogue. Right now it's kind of closed. You can comment on something that may have come out, but no back and forth between the members. I also asked about that on the NCART net just to see if there was interest, and oddly enough, after that, 4 more people went over and discovered the page and joined. So I just wonder if leadership might consider that move. AS 7 p.m.
KD0TYU with a comment and a question. Be honest with you, Phil, I'm not sure what the status of that page is. There's a group of us going to go to this training this weekend, and that was one thing I was going to kind of discuss with them. You do bring up a good point. I guess I was not aware of that wasn't really being serviced as well as it should be, so I'll check on that for you.
Great, thanks. Yeah, there's just a few folks that thought maybe rather than it just sort of sitting there dead, it'd be a good way for us to throw ideas back and forth, maybe be a way to communicate to you guys as well, in both directions, actually. Thanks. AS 7 p.m.
Yeah, Luann, my question is directed to Willis.
Willis?
This is WA5 VRL. Folks need to remember that we're using a digital controller with a really big delay. All the first of everybody's transmission is getting cut off. Joe, go ahead and state the question again.
This is KD0TYU. I didn't actually ask it. That 392 is closed this weekend. I don't know if it's going to be closed next weekend, the exit. Did you know that?
Nope, I don't generally go over that direction except for VE testing, so I was unaware. Basically, anybody can find a way to get to the corner of 392 and County Road 5. That's where the REA building is. It's just at the southeast corner of that intersection, so might be somebody that needs to explore that, I guess, or be innovative if they're going to the testing.
Well, the people that are going to the Oxcom training, be aware of that. That exit, supposedly, according to the news, is going to be closed. So you're going to have to find other ways to get there, like go past Nordy's and on down that way, or something like that. But that exit is closed this weekend, and I don't know, maybe even next weekend.
Now let's see if I got it here. Okay, just a comment then. County Road 5 which runs parallel to Interstate 25, is accessible for long distance both north and south of that location. You can get off, it'll go all the way down to Highway 34 out of Loveland, Crossroads Boulevard exit out off of Interstate 25. You can also pick it up, clear up at the Harmony Road, again about a quarter mile east of I-25 on Harmony Road. You'll run into County Road 5 and you can go south from there to get there also. WA5 VRL back to net, I guess.
Thank you, Willis, for the good information, and also thank you for the reminder about keying before you start talking. That's always a good one. It helps us as net control so we don't miss letters. Do we have any additional questions, comments, or announcements? If so, please call now.
QOK on Echolink.
KC0 QOK.
The Colorado Marathon is up running Sunday morning early, dark 30 early till noon. And one of the best net control operators you're ever going to listen to and you can learn a lot from would be Willis, WA5ERL. And Luann and Phil are sitting next to him. They stepped up to the plate last year and again this year. I appreciate that. They're providing the communications vehicle, which is their retired ambulance. That's pretty cool. But if you've never listened to a controlled net that can go from boring to really exciting at the snap of a finger, we'll be on 449-850, the CSU machine. 147-390, which when you look that up, you'll see that's a DMR repeater. However, we run it in analog mode for events. That repeater has an antenna pointed up to the canyon out at my farm in Wellington. So if you're not in the Fort Collins area, you can hear it down to Loveland. You're not going to get it on an HT, but if you've ever wanted to hear a very well-controlled net and are interested in partaking, but kind of iffy about getting your feet wet because you don't know what to do, I recommend listening to this. We'll also be running 147-510 for simplex in the canyon and through the rest of the course. So I just want to put that out there for your listening pleasure, and you probably gain a little bit of insight on how nets really do give in a real life situation. KC0 QOK back to net.
Thank you, Marty. Do we have any more comments for the net?
Luann, I was just making sure that you caught. I've got training for the net. KC0ZIE.
Well, I did catch that, and your ears must be burning. So we will now go on to our weekly R3D2 ARES training from KC0ZIE.
All right, thank you very much. Tonight's training I pulled from the Kentucky Amateur MCOM Radio website, which has got a fantastic wealth of information that is free and open to anyone wanting to use it for training. So that's what we're doing. Tonight's topic is Operational Stress by Pat Spencer, KD4PWL. And this is a very condensed version. I encourage you, if you're interested, to go out and pull the full article on this. So with that, we'll start with the training. One of the keys to successfully responding to a disaster is the management of operational stress. The lower you can keep your stress level, the better you can handle the rigors of working in a disaster and to respond to changing conditions. Let's look at 5 ways to reduce operational stress. Understanding the concepts of home and family first, preparing for the response, having understanding, having patience, and knowing your limits. Home and Family First is always applied to all types of disaster response personnel. There are two reasons for this. First and foremost, persons whose human needs are not being met are part of the disaster. Secondly, if you do not know that your family is safe, you will most likely become a liability to the operation. Your concern is with them, and your energies are targeted towards securing their needs and not your task. Another important way to prevent operational stress is to prepare for your response, and to do so intelligently. In reality, many do not keep a stock-ready kit, and everyone's needs and the needs of every operation is different. Ask questions, find out where you will be, what facilities exist at that location, and what you will be doing. This is no guarantee, of course, however, since the status of a facility may change, be sure to take what you need. Understanding has three themes within it. First of which is understanding what your role is. Do not underestimate the importance of overlapping time with the person that you are relieving for learning the role. Additionally, give this understanding to the person relieving you. Take 10 minutes to do this, and it will lower the stress level of both parties. Understanding also extends to knowing you are part of a team that is assigned to accomplish something. Understand that the person or facility you are performing communication duties for has defined roles and responsibilities, and learn what those are. The third point of understanding to have is that disasters are high-stress environments. We as individuals react in different ways to these environments. Keep a cool, calm head and forgive others' behaviors. Patience is a virtue, but even more so in a disaster. Remember that disasters are situations where nothing works as it normally would. Be patient when trying to complete a task, and it takes longer than normal for whatever reason. Many things will not work. Routine methods may not apply, or some things may simply not be available. And lastly, know your limits and keep them in mind while you are working. That ends the training, and I'll send it back to you, Loanne. KC0ZIE.
Thank you very much, Darren. Before closing, are there any additional stations who would like to check in to the R3D2 ARES net? If so, please call now.
This is K0EV, Kilo Zero Echo Victor, Eric, near car.
Alpha Charlie 0, Alpha Sierra, AC0 AS, Levi and Severance, late check-in.
Are there any more late check-ins? Hearing none, I would like to recognize K0EV and AC0AS. Check each station out. I will read your call suffix. Please respond with your FCC issued call sign. JK.
KD0UJK.
EDZ.
W0DDZ. Thanks, Luann.
TYU.
Kilo Delta Zero Tango Yankee Uniform, KD02YU.
ZIE.
Kilo Charlie 0, Zulu India Echo. Thanks, Luann.
LCK.
CK.
INE.
W9 INE.
PE.
KA6 ETE.
LSL.
KE0 LSL.
SOR.
KE0 SOR.
USB.
KD0 USB. Thanks, Luann.
VRL.
WA5 VRL 73.
BM.
AI 7 p.m.
RMP.
W0 RMP.
US.
I think that was me. I only heard US. KF4DUS.
Thank you, Mike. Must have got a little trigger happy there. TNP.
K0 TNP. Thanks for letting me sit in.
Welcome. Please join us again. BF.
AC0AS.
Got you, Levi? N0 BF. EV.
K0 EV. Good evening.
One more time, unless I got your call sign wrong. Call sign ending in BF. Of the Amateur Radio Emergency Services is to provide reliable and alternate communications to our served agencies in times of emergency, disaster, or national crisis. This evening, there were 18 check-ins, including net control. The next scheduled ARES R3D2 net will be next Thursday evening at 7 p.m. I would like to thank each station for checking in and the NCARC for the use of the repeater this evening. All stations with appropriate privileges are invited to check into the statewide ARES HFnet on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on the frequency of 3.810 megahertz. Statewide ARES VHF net on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. on the 145.310 megahertz repeater using a tone of 88.5 hertz. For further information about the ARES R3D2, please go to the www.coloradoaresr3d2.org. This is K0LAO, and we are closing the net at 7:35 local time and returning the repeater to normal amateur radio use. 73, and good night.
This presentation was brought to you by the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.